What's going on? My very first podcast.
Let's go.
Who better to do it with me than my cousin, motherfucking Ortiz. AEW Zone Ortiz.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
to Mental Foreplay, and I appreciate you for your time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, man.
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be your first.
Let's start with a funny memory that you got of us when we were kids.
Funny memory. What stands out? We've had so many.
I know.
Oh man, one came to mind, but I can't say this on the podcast.
Are you talking about when we was fighting?
Nah,
Oh, okay.
not even that one. I was thinking about another one. I'll tell you later. Yeah, the one you brought up, a really good one. We were at the crib in Brooklyn. We were in East New York, right?
No, we was in your house.
Oh no, yeah. We were.
I mean, we had plenty fights at my house.
I'm thinking about the one where I powerbombed you.
Yes.
Because you were hooked onto me and you had me in the headlock and I picked you up and then you just froze.
Yeah.
But the shaving cream one.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it was probably 2 a.m. or something. It was definitely after midnight. It's mad late. Small apartment, 3-bedroom apartment. My room wasn't that big. But we used to always be with each other. So one day he was just messing with me. He was just egging me on. He used to just fuck with me
All the time.
But funny, boys being boys. So he was messing with me and I was getting so annoyed and so flustered. And I can't remember who initially brought out the shaving cream, but for some reason we had Gillette shaving cream in the room. I don't know why. And we just started having a shaving cream fight. And my room was completely covered.
Shaving cream, lotion.
Yeah, lotion too. Yeah. It just... We kept
Powder.
Yeah, powder. Yeah. We kept upping the ante. So
That's a pretty, that was funny. I mean, we definitely got a lot of crazy moments.
oh yeah. Some that maybe you need to put it beyond a paywall. You're gonna have
Man.
you're gonna need a Patreon.
Listen,
You put
man.
this on YouTube.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We can't put those kind
Yeah.
of
Behind the
stories out.
paywall, then you could get away with a lot.
Yeah, man. One thing I want to talk about is you was the first person to teach me that being consistent can really work in your favor and get you where you need to be. Because when we were younger, man, I used to talk a lot of shit to you. We used to do the backyard wrestling. Well, more you used to do the backyard wrestling.
Yeah. He dabbled.
Yeah. I never learned the art of getting my ass beat.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know how to lose. I never learned that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's the Leo in you, bro.
Yeah.
Too much pride.
Yeah. I'm too much of an alpha for that shit, man. And God bless me with the skills he gave me to never really have to take a loss.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You had your lane, I had mine.
Yeah, for most definitely.
Yeah.
But it worked out for the both of us.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
'Cause I definitely was there. Talking shit, but supporting.
Sure,
No
yeah.
matter how much shit I talk, I was still there. You know what I'm saying?
You still had my back, for sure.
You was doing all that crazy backyard wrestling and
Yeah.
2KW. Shout out 2KW.
2KW, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I understood where you were coming from because instead of us going to this party or doing something else or I don't know, whatever, we were just chasing girls at that point in time, honestly.
Definitely.
I would prioritize backyard wrestling. And that's why you couldn't understand it at the time. Like, really? You gonna pick wrestling in the park
Right.
with your friends? And we got two shorties over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was that. And then, when you got older, I'm like, bro, you still wrestling? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you still, bro, leave that shit alone, man.
Yeah.
Nigga, it's time to grow up.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't make money for a long time.
Right. But you know what, man? Consistency really paid off, man. And I was proud to say you made me eat my words. But the reason I say I was proud is because I'm proud of you. I've always wanted the best for you. I've always wanted the best for us.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So no matter what, bro, like you did it and you did it at the highest level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very surreal, man. And that's just a testament to being consistent, honestly. And I'm still trying to practice that with other aspects of my life.
Right.
Because I was very inconsistent in my childhood. ADD brain, I'm self-diagnosing myself, but really mine all over the place. Honestly, I look back now and think about certain things I did when I was younger or ways I reacted. Was the lights on and no one home? What was going on in my brain back then? You know, but we're developing and we're dealing with trauma and we're dealing with other things. So sometimes you fall into this routine of, okay, I'm going to do this if this happens and this if this happens, instead of being more in the moment and observant of what's going on. Now I do a lot of reflecting and I think about it. Why did I react that way? And I'm always trying to be present when stuff is going on. And back then I wasn't present about anything except for wrestling. Wrestling was the one thing, my one consistent, my one outlet.
Right. And that was your passion.
Yes.
You know, you had a passion for that. And some of us just don't have passion for too much things. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sure.
Hey, you know, what was that one thing that made you think, I want to be a wrestler?
I don't think it was one specific thing. What it was that initially started off for me was I found friends that were into wrestling. When I went to high school, my freshman year in high school, that's when I met Joey, my boy Lou, my boy Michael. You've met all of them. Yeah. And the Attitude Era was hot. So it was peak Stone Cold, peak DX. So wrestling was hot during that time. Everybody was talking about it in school. It wasn't weird at the time. And especially the age that we were at, because we're becoming adults. So then now we see that on TV and it's, oh, this is pretty badass. He's beating up his balls. Oh, man.
Right.
Yeah. But it was finding those group of people and just starting to do it with them. And I think it was the camaraderie of it. And then also, I'm a performer. Even I'm an introvert and an extrovert. I can switch on and off all the time. I enjoy my alone time. I enjoy being solitude and being by myself, but I also enjoy being in a big group of people and commanding a room. And I get that from wrestling. I get to command the room in that moment when I'm in the ring or when I'm doing a promo or whatever it is. Yeah. And with the group and just doing it, and I think just over time, this is my calling. I just gravitated towards it because it was a huge outlet for me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I agree. Just obviously knowing you growing up with you, I agree. I think wrestling is most definitely your calling.
Yeah.
And what made me feel this way is that, like you said, you're an introvert and an extrovert, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like on any given day, you just chilled, you laid back, you chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like in some cases you shy, like you just not, but when it comes to wrestling, man, you're a star.
Yeah.
Like you just shine. You just like a whole nother person. You know what I'm saying? It's just like definitely your alter ego. Like
100%.
You know?
It's
and even seeing you work, like behind the scenes, seeing you just in motion when you in wrestling mode, it's like
I think it stands out to you. I think it stands out to you so much because you've seen the complete other side of me.
Right.
Where I'm very blase blah. I go with the flow type attitude. Mm-hmm. But with wrestling, I take that more serious than the only thing I take more seriously than that is being a father.
Right.
It's up there.
Right. Right. When was the first time you was like, okay, I'm really gonna make it in wrestling? And how long was you wrestling before you got to that point?
So I think the first time I really thought about it, or maybe I was lying to myself at the time, but I said it out loud. It was maybe 5 or 6 years into wrestling, and I started getting validation from the vets, the proper validation. Homicide, a huge one, played a huge part in my early career and still plays a part, is still a mentor and still teaching me always. Nice. I remember when I first met him and I was just stuck at one company. I was training, I was doing local shows, but I really wasn't getting out there yet. This is before I met Santana. We knew each other, but this is before we became a tag team.
Right.
I remember he watched one of my matches or something, and I was very intimidated to meet him because his character, you see him in the ring, he's an
Right.
intimidating fellow, you know?
Right.
But he is the nicest human being
Super
ever.
cool,
Yeah.
Situational.
Yeah.
To each his own.
To each his own. And I just got that validation from him. And then it was a domino effect. I was getting validations from other vets and other people. And how well I know Homicide now, he doesn't blow smoke up people's asses just for the sake of blowing smoke. If he doesn't see anything, he's just not going to say anything to you. But if he comes up and talks to you, it's because he sees something in you.
Right.
Yeah. So I remember specifically that being one of the first times I said it out loud. Oh yeah, I got this.
All right. So we grew up. We became adults. Well, actually, before I became an adult, I joined the military at 17 years old.
Yes. I
served for the country. Shout out the U.S. Navy.
Yep.
And not only did I join the military, you joined the military too.
I joined the military as well. Yeah.
Right? So boom, we grew up. I joined the military. You joined the military.
You convinced me.
Yeah, there you go. I convinced you to join the military because once again, we gotta win.
Sure.
Too many people want to see us fail. Too many people wanted to keep us apart from each other. Too many people doubted that we would be successful.
Sure.
Because of, our bad habits or whatever the case may be.
We were being a bunch of fuckboys back then.
Most
for sure.
definitely.
I understand why they saw that.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand it too. I wasn't a YN, but I was in the YN direction. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And to be honest, man, you really saved my life. And that's why I felt some type of way with people that didn't want us to hang out with each other because they didn't understand that me growing up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, you naturally become a product of your environment for the most part, right?
For sure. Yeah.
And if you don't get out of that, you're stuck there. So for me, my out was going to the city to go chill with you. You know what I'm saying? And your lifestyle was better. You grew up a lot better than I did.
Sure.
So it was a blessing to meet you on Thanksgiving. Thank God your mama was cooking at the time. I met you on Thanksgiving.
I remember that, yeah.
And boom, and that shit right there just helped me change my life because I stopped hanging out with the people I was hanging around. I stopped doing the stupid stuff I was doing. And it kind of like, although we was doing dumb stuff, we went,
nothing to the extent of that.
We was partying.
No,
we was having fun.
We were just chasing girls, having fun.
Exactly.
Drinking underage.
I wasn't gonna say that, but
yeah, that's real.
Yeah, but that's real. Somehow we always had liquor.
I don't even understand. We were talking about this the other day. There would be times we had full fifths of bottles of something. How?
I don't even remember how.
But we didn't even have money.
Right. But we would go to the movie theaters. We'd have bottles in our book bag.
Sure.
We'd be like 20 deep in the movie theaters.
Yeah, crazy. I don't even understand.
Walking around Times Square. Yeah. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, I'm glad I went through that. Yeah. I got it out my system.
Yeah. I didn't, but
I did.
That was my influence on you.
Sure.
You know
100%. Yeah.
And then you had that more positive influence, just getting me out the hood and you know what I'm saying? Just taking me in a different direction. And that shit really saved
It was
my
a different type of structure you needed. You needed to get out that environment.
I needed that
completely
bad,
understand. Yeah.
I needed that bad. Take me through. All right. I joined the military. You joined the military. You end up getting out. And then what? And then what happened after that?
So when I got out, I found.
Oh wait, what did you do in the military first of all?
I was a ASE, Aviation Support Equipment Technician, but I didn't really ever do that. Just because my ship was dry docked, I didn't do anything. I did fire watch, I did cleaning spaces, buffering floors. I never did my job. I went to A school and everything for it.
So you was in the shipyards?
Yeah, I was in the shipyards. Yeah,
okay,
so I never got to do my job, unfortunately.
Right. So dry dock, for those that don't know, is basically you're in the shipyards. And basically, the ship is under construction.
Yeah, it's being renovated.
Yeah, it's being renovated to go and fuck people up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, because I was stuck in that situation, I naturally, when I'm not challenged, I tend to get depressed. I tend to eat more, everything. When I don't have a goal or something to work towards, because I started getting deflated being in the military, because we would go, and because there was constant construction going on, it was always dirty. But we were in charge to go into these spaces and clean them up and spend hours cleaning them up to barely get recognized that you did a good job. Passable, nothing.
Right.
So there was no reward for working hard. So I said, why am I working so hard? I might as well be a scumbag and just hide and get away. I used to just go to my car when I was supposed to be doing fire watch, but I would go to my car and take a nap and chill and go eat something and then come back into work to check out, because there was no real checks and balances. It was just, as long as your paperwork is done, and I used to forge my paperwork and just give it to them. But I hate that I got there mentally, but I needed to get there. So when I got out the military, Joey, a mutual friend of ours, he found a wrestling school. I was working at in a bookstore.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Borders Books, to pay for basically wrestling school. And I had a car because I bought a car when I served in the military.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, Mitsubishi Eclipse, man.
I think I fucked the clutch up or something.
Yeah, you did.
Because I didn't know how to drive stick.
Yeah, you didn't know how to drive stick. So he convinced me to go to wrestling school. Up until that point, all I did was backyard wrestling. So then as soon as I got in the ring, I felt that calling again. This is it. I need another hit of this. As soon as I finally got to work in a wrestling ring, I wanted more. So I was wrestling on my own. This is before I became a tag team with Santana. And I was dating this girl, Jessia.
Shout out, Jessia.
Yeah. But we had a really, really, really bad breakup. Okay. So I went to an even lower moment. And that was probably when I ate my feelings away. I believe I was at my highest, maybe 268. Or I'm not a tall person. I'm 5'8" on a good day. So I was 268, man.
You fun size.
Yeah. So then I remember just having a break in between me wrestling for whatever reason. And I had a really bad breakup with her. So I gained that bunch of weight and I was really just depressed. It was probably the most depressed I ever was. Because of that breakup, I used to go to work to come back and just sleep in the corner. And all I would do is eat. And I was working part-time when I first got the job. I wasn't working full-time. So I maybe worked 2 or 3 days. The other days, I did not move out the corner, bro. I would just wake up to eat and eat terrible food and then go back to sleep. I was just sad, depressed, in my feels. And this is my early 20s. Santana hits me up one time because at one point we were training and we had put the idea out there that we could do a tag team. And he also started working with me at Borders. Okay. So naturally, we became closer. Right. And we always talked about starting the tag team, but I was in that rut. But then he called me one day, and we got this tag match against a tag team called All Money Is Legal. Shout out to them. They're dope dudes. Very, very instrumental early on in my career, especially as a tag wrestler. We did the first match with them, and the rest is history. We just started tagging after that and then grinding, and then I got out my rut. I lost weight, but that was the story of my life. I've yo-yoed my whole life. Something always threw me off, and then I would fuck up my consistency, fuck up doing the right things and training the right way. Plus, it was also ignorance and not understanding how to actually diet, not understanding how I should be training and how I should be taking care of myself.
Obviously, you wrestling through the indies and shit. Mm-hmm. At what point... How did you get
the next step from independence to television?
Yes.
So maybe 2015, 2016, it was somewhere around there. We had been tagging for a few years and we were grinding. We were doing big independent scenes, but beyond wrestling, we were going up to Canada, doing interspecies wrestling, C4. So we were making the rounds, right? In the Northeast scene, wrestling for all the notable companies, CZW, all these big Northeast independents and up in Canada. So we were starting to develop a name for ourselves also because Beyond Wrestling started becoming bigger on the internet. Our name was spreading out because we will maybe jump down and go to North Carolina to do a random show, but in front of not a internet wrestling crowd, in front of kids and parents at a show or something. But that experience is invaluable, wrestling those type of shows, because then they don't know you. Right. So now you have to work to win them over. Yeah. And that's honestly the best feeling as a performer, to get somebody that doesn't know you from a hole in the wall and by the end either hate you or love you. So we just didn't break out. We were thinking back then let's do our best because you could do tryouts for Ring of Honor when Ring of Honor was its own thing before AEW bought it. And they were one of the hot companies. It was them, Impact, and WWE. That's it. And then really Impact, TNA, and Ring of Honor were all stepping stones to kind of go to WWE, right?
Right.
And also we can use working in those places to get out more places and go overseas and stuff. So I went off on a little tangent. So I saw an email from Jeremy Borash from Impact Wrestling. Bro, we never talked to Impact. We never talked to TNA. Nothing. This is just came completely out the blue. And I said, yo, is this a rib? So I'm at work. My boss was there. So I snuck off into the bathroom and I hit up Santana. I was like, yo, answer these emails. See what's up. Figure out what's up. I don't talk to him for 2 hours or something like that. And then I had went out for my lunch break. And then he told me everything. He said, yo, Conan called me. They're going to bring us in. And again, out the blue, bro, just out of nowhere. It was just being the right people for the job is what got us there. Yeah. And they wanted Conan to come back to manage someone. And he said, no, the only way I'm coming back is if I can do LAX again because they were hot before. He
was LAX on Impact?
Yes, okay. TNA Impact in their TNA days. So he had left TNA on bad terms back in the day. So LAX kind of broke up. And then let's say 10 years later, that might not be the correct timeline. Excuse me if I get it wrong. But when they had hit him back, they wanted him to be a manager for someone. He said, nah, I want to do LAX. So anyways, he said, I want Homicide to come back with me, but I need a new team. I don't want to do the same thing. I need new people to spice it up. And one of our friends, I actually, Swerve, shout out to Swerve, he was doing Lucha Underground with Conan. And then he was talking to Swerve about he was going to bring back LAX, but he's looking for a Latino tag team. He wants to find 2 dudes. And we've done so much shows with Swerve. He said, yo, I know 2 dudes. I know 2 Puerto Rican cats from New York.
Swerve man too, man.
Yeah. He goes, I know 2 Puerto Rican cats from New York. So Conan looked us up. He saw some matches and he said, okay, they're all right. I could work with them. And then he talked to Homicide about us. Homicide's a mentor for both me and Santana. So he basically gave us the stamp of approval and said, yeah, they're ready. He goes, I know exactly who they are.
Yeah, that's fire. That's dope as hell.
So it was Swerve and Homicide, basically, Swerve just putting us on Conan's radar, and then Homicide's giving us the stamp of approval that we needed. And obviously his blessing. He was a part of the original LAX, which was an honor.
Exactly. So that's super fire. What about, so who was the female?
Diamante.
I just learned that.
Yeah, Diamante.
I was just at work. You know, for those that don't know, we work together.
Yeah.
Again, you know.
Shout out to Officer Guns. That's what I call Diamante.
Oh, yeah. Hey, she go hard.
She got biceps, bro.
Yeah. Hey, but I just learned. I heard them talking about it on the radio the other day at work, and I was like, damn, I didn't know she was part of.
No, it was funny. They were having that conversation.
Oh, you heard it,
bro? I was coaching.
You was coaching. I forgot.
And then he said the wrong name because back then, Eddie. They did this angle where we were doing new LAX versus the OGs.
Yeah.
We were wrestling Homicide, Hernandez, and Eddie. They were the stable. And it was me, Conan, and Santana. I think Diamante might have been out the company at that time. She had left. We did this angle, this pre-tape, where the OGs are driving in a car. They're in this Mustang and this muscle car, and they hit this little kid. So we set up the scene where a little kid, so supposedly the little kid means something very dear to us in story. And the kid is walking across the street and they hit the kid and keep going, pretty much, is what happens in the promo. Ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy.
But that's what they were talking about while they were talking about the match.
Yeah.
And he said the wrong name. I was like, no, the little kid's name was Richie.
Yeah, I heard them say you was going to get him.
Yeah, I wanted to do the La Bamba.
Yeah.
You know, you ever seen La Bamba, where at the end, when his brother finds out Richie Valens died, and he goes, Richie.
Yeah.
So I did that over the kid, but Sanjay Dutt cut it.
Storyline,
Yeah,
by the way.
Sanjay Dutt cut it. He didn't let the Richie get it. I was so sad,
Sanjay.
bro. Yeah.
So okay, so boom. So now you're on Impact.
Yeah.
And how was your run on Impact?
Man, amazing. My
Right.
Yeah, amazing.
Right.
We were treated so good there. There's nothing bad I could say.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, our run was unreal there. We won the championships 4 times. We got to wrestle so many names, so many people. We did so many cool storylines. We developed a crazy feud with the Lucha Bros. Yeah, just so much. There's so much.
Shout out to Lucha Bros.
Yeah,
man. They're my primos.
Lucha Bros, they're both dope, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm very happy for them.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, we did so much cool stuff there. And then once we got an Impact, so I told the story before, but I'll tell you when we about our first day in Impact. So we had got there and we were doing the weekend of TV. All we had was our indie gear. They hit us up week of to come down that weekend. So it's not as if we had time to get new gear and get stuff made. We had to be there in a couple of days. Mm-hmm. I actually had to call out of work after I already took off of work. But I explained to my boss, this is a huge opportunity.
Right.
If you're gonna fire me, I understand, but I cannot miss this opportunity. So she reluctantly gave me the weekend off to do this. So we got there the opening weekend, and we wrestled the first day. We wrestled Bram and James Storm, and ironically, Eddie was a part of their group. So Eddie was managing on the ground. That was our first match ever, and we were already cool with Eddie at that point in time. We had met him, and we knew who he was. But we wrestled that match, and then the next day, right, we're in this multi-man match. So
wait, when you came your first day, did you come back as LAX?
So we LAX, but in our EYFBO gear.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have LAX gear the whole weekend. All we had was our EYFBO stuff. So we had no choice but to wrestle the whole weekend in that gear. So we wrestled the Friday, and then the Saturday, the next day, we got over there. So we had no idea what was going on. We were just all got together to figure out the match, and Scott Demore was the agent. And he brought us over, and he's breaking down everything, and then he says, okay, LAX is up, but this match is for the titles. No one told us anything, bro.
Oh, wow.
Me and Santana both look at each other, what's going on?
Right.
But we're playing it cool.
Right.
We're in front of all these other wrestlers, we play it cool. So then after the meeting breaks, me and him go off in the cut, and we both go to each other. Did we hear the right thing?
Right.
Are we going to win the championships? Right. And we sure did. They put the titles on us, and we didn't even have a contract signed with the company, bro.
Wow.
They sent us our contract a week later.
Crazy.
They gave us the titles, not even knowing if we were going to agree to what they offered us.
Right.
But of course, at that point, we're broke indie wrestlers. I'm working 2 part-time jobs just to support wrestling.
Of course you're taking it.
So of course I'm taking anything they give me.
Exactly.
Our goal was, now we use this as a stepping stone to make our name even bigger. And that's what happened. We started wrestling overseas. We wrestled for Progress Wrestling a bunch. We wrestled in Mexico so many times. We started wrestling in more companies in Canada. So we started traveling a lot more. And then during that time, we also went to Germany for the first time. That was an awesome experience, bro. I did a tag league in Germany. One of my favorite experiences ever.
Yeah,
it was a whole weekend wrestling in Germany, bro. I never thought I'd be there. Right. I joined the Navy to travel the world, and I was stuck in Norfolk, Virginia.
In the shipyard.
Yeah, in the shipyards, but wrestling is what got me to see the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
I truly believe that everything happens for a reason.
Sure.
Not to sound cliche.
No.
But it's like we have to go through the path that we go through to be able to appreciate where we're supposed to be when we get there to the maximum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like me. I feel like I'm one of God's soldiers for real. Because for those that know me, know the direction I was going. You know the direction I was going when I was younger.
Sure.
even after the military.
Sure.
The stuff I was doing.
Sure.
And, I grew up. I feel like I grew up as a kid with no love.
Sure.
Especially
very early on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the shit I went through. The shit I went through, man, and how I felt. And obviously, you was there every day with me.
Sure.
You and motherfucking Crystal.
We both got to experience each other's trauma.
Exactly,
we saw it firsthand.
Yep. and we had each other's back. Man.
Sure.
And that's what mattered,
Yeah.
So boom, from there I joined the military. I mean, I just always been who I've been. I always been an alpha. I always been a Leo. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I always been a motherfucker, and I never tolerated disrespect. So joined the military, came out, started a motorcycle club, and the motorcycle world. A lot of people act the way they think they are, and then sometimes you got to educate them and teach them that they're not really that tough. Like I said, I never learned how to lose. So I went down a path that at this point in my life, man, I regret. So I regret, but I don't.
Sure.
I regret it because I feel like I'm the breadwinner of my family. I'm the one to break generational poverty. I'm the one to guide my kids in a different direction, man. Shout out to my kids. Like I'm the role model for my kids.
Sure.
So
you're the role model you never had.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I'm the role model I never had. I never had nobody to guide me in a direction where I was supposed to go. When I retired from the military, and you hit me up like, yo, Chris Jericho, he he looking for a biker goon.
Yeah.
So you said,
yeah, I said, I know a biker.
That's right. Hey, who better than him?
Yeah.
So boom. I
know you could rally if we needed 100 people. You be the one to make it happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I would ride every week from Virginia on my motorcycle to Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Just for a few minutes of TV or whatever they needed me for to be there for the inner circle.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, I'm an honorary member of the inner circle.
Oh yeah, 100%. The whole crew was.
Yeah. And then from there, you introduced me to Sam. I was supposed to meet him a few times, but I didn't get to meet him.
Yeah.
And then boom, finally I met him.
Yeah, I remember we was outside or something, and I said, "Yo, let's do it now before it gets crazy again." Yeah.
So I finally met Sam, and this was during COVID and shit. I started listening to the signs in my head, the direction in my head. I call it the direction because that's what I feel like it is. So I started listening to the random thoughts in my head, and I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna move. And I moved. I got up and I just left Virginia randomly, and I went and bought a house in Charlotte.
Yeah, you sure did. You did that out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I did it.
Yeah.
So boom, I moved to Charlotte. My homeboy Cuddy over there. Shout out Cuddy. We got some shit together. Shout out Cuddy.
Cuddy's the man.
Yep. So boom, I moved over there. He was one person that was doing good. He had a good job. I ain't had to hear all that broke shit from him. When I bought the house there, 2 days after I bought the house, Sam hit me up. Security Sam from AEW. He hit me up and said, "Hey, are you interested on going on tour? We going back on tour." And I said, hell yeah. But before that, I said I'll never work for nobody again. I already had a lounge in Virginia.
Yeah,
my clothing line, Beastie. Shout out to Beastie.
Yeah.
So I already had my clothing line. I already had a lounge. I already had my own motion. I'm retired. Said I'm not working for nobody else again.
You're comfortable.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm good. I'll never give nobody the opportunity to dictate my success again. That was my mindset. So boom. Sam hit me up 2 days after I bought my house, and he was like, "You want to go on tour?" I said, "Hell yeah!" So he was like, "Let's have a meeting. Let's have a sit down tomorrow or in 2 days, or something like that, in Jacksonville." I got on my bike right after I hung up the phone, and I went to Jacksonville that same day. So boom, I sat down with him. We talked. He said, "Look, I'm not promising you that this is an everyday job, an every week job. I'm not guaranteeing you, stability. I'm gonna try you out. You come out, we see how you do."
Yeah.
And I came out, and I'm still in that motherfucker.
In the bed.
Yeah, I'm still in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
because that's who you are. So going off of what you said earlier, because you were in the environment that you were in and you had to learn to survive, you got that hustling mentality that I'm going to work hard because I know when I work hard, I get these results because you've done it because you've been chasing being an entrepreneur for a very long time at this point. Right. So I think it's a testament to to how you had to change or react or learn to adapt to your trauma, to your situation, to the crap you were throwing at, that you got some good from it. Right. There's some good from it because let's say if you would have had a different childhood, you would have had a very loving family. Maybe you would have been more entitled and lazy. That was me, right. For sure, except with certain things that I was into.
You was passionate about.
I was passionate about, but it was very little. It was wrestling and video games.
Right. Exactly.
But because you went through those things, when you were put in that situation with Sam, you said, okay, I got you. And you just went the extra mile always. I remember seeing you early on. You'll be in street clothes, clocked out. But there would be fans or people. I remember one time, one fan followed one of the girls back to the room or something.
Man, yeah.
But I remember even when you were off the clock, you were on the clock. You were looking out for people. You just started developing that. And I think that all stems from your childhood. That's it's ingrained in your being.
That's right.
So of course you were going to succeed. I would have never introduced you to him if I thought you weren't. Right. I already know the type of person you are. Yeah. And I'm the same way because when I don't have purpose, then okay, whatever.
Right.
And you finding that purpose, almost him saying, "Hey, you need to prove yourself." You said, "Okay, I got you."
Right.
And then you became the man.
Exactly. and then you know, I remember you telling me, man, I know all I got to do is just introduce you.
Yeah.
You got the rest.
Yeah, exactly. I know I didn't have to do nothing. That's it.
Hey, but you know, my thing is loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like even if I was a dirtbag, I feel loyalty to Sam. I feel loyalty to the team.
Of course.
You know, I feel loyalty to where I work at.
Sure.
So, you know, like there's no way I can be a dirtbag.
No,
I would feel like shit doing a shitty job.
Especially with the relationship that you develop with them.
Exactly.
It just, you be spitting on your trust with one another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know, homie don't play that.
Nah.
And I've been protecting since I was 17.
Sure.
Or probably younger.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that story.
Which one?
When we was in the club and I was in the bathroom and somebody was messing with you. You got into it with somebody. Remember you tried to poke his eyes out?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I came back from the bathroom.
It goes back to dating Jessia.
Well, goddamn, Jessia. And I came back from the bathroom and I heard you got into some shit.
And I don't get into fights.
Right.
That wasn't me.
At all.
Yeah.
Bro,
but
you are the most peaceful, loyal, non-cheating man that I know. This is no cliche. Like I like this is probably I'm not gonna say that. I was like,
think about it.
Yeah, I know. So,
but yeah, it just was out my person. So when we just happened to be away from each other. I remember now that you brought up the story. She wanted to go dance, so I said, "I bet let's go dance." And it was nothing but in the club. It was just you couldn't move. And we were walking by, and she was walking ahead of me, and I was holding her hand. I could see a dude grab her up in front of me. And then, respect to her, she said, "Yo, my man's right here, chill. Right. What are you doing?" So as I was walking by, and of course we were drinking, I was a little lit. As I was walking by, he said, "Man, fuck your man. Fuck him."
Oh my God.
And that's pretty much what set me off. I turned around, I said, "What?" He said, "Fuck you. I'll fuck your girl." I said, "Word?" And I popped him in his face. And then we started fighting. And then his boys were jumping me. And because I basically was in full mount, like I'm in the UFC and shit, but I'm on top of him, ground and pound, right? I'm just trying to fight him. I don't know how to fight, really. A little bit more now, but back then, not really.
Right.
But I'm just going. I'm mad, right? And his homeboys kept grabbing my arms. So I couldn't hit him. Every time I lift up my arm, they're grabbing my arm, and I'm trying to hit him, and he's fighting from underneath. He was really drunk. He was the shit-faced, sloppy drunk. That's probably why he did what he did. But I remember being so frustrated I couldn't hit him. Then I took my thumbs and I went right into his eyes. Messed up. Don't do that, man. That was just being young, angry, impulsive, and drunk. But everyone has bad moments.
Yeah. Then I came back.
Yeah. You were in the bathroom, and then we got pulled apart. I remember I got lifted by one arm by a bouncer. Damn. And then I was like, all right, I'm chill, because I never felt like a little kid. I felt like a child. He picked me up like a child. Yeah. Huge bouncer. They kicked us out of the club. And then we finally came to when we were outside. Because
that was at Webster Hall, right?
Yeah, it was at Webster Hall. Yeah, we came to outside. And then you were more mad than me.
Right.
At that point. Right. Because someone fucked with me.
That's right.
Yeah.
You fuck with my innocent cousin.
Yeah.
You fuck with my innocent cousin.
Full circle.
That's right.
I know I went off on a tangent, but full circle to talk about his protective nature.
Exactly. Basically.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so you went to TNA. From TNA, then what happened?
So we used TNA and the exposure from TNA to work everywhere, and we started working everywhere. Anything of note, almost everywhere. But I'm
sure that gave y'all more, more clout.
100%.
And y'all got the belts.
Yeah, we had 4 times champions.
It's crazy.
Very crazy. Very, very humbled. One of the last actual TNA champions, the old school belts, but now they're TNA again. So. Yeah, I got the soundboard for me. We did PWG, and PWG was still is, but was the shit back then.
Right.
So getting that exposure just gave us more exposure over the wrestling world. So our name was really out there, especially with how we were being treated in TNA. So then maybe 3 years into TNA, or maybe 2.5 years. Our contract was coming up. We maybe had a 2 or 3 year deal. I can't remember the details, but I remember 6 months from our contract, we were telling them, hey, we'll extend our deal, but we need to make more money. Because we had to grind on the independents to afford living in New York City.
Right.
We were running our bodies down. We were broken, honestly. We were probably the best we ever was in the ring just because we were wrestling so much. That the comfortability and our timing, everything was in sync because of how much we were working. But the detriment of our body, our bodies were destroyed. We were beat up, and I wasn't doing what I'm doing now.
Right.
I was doing the bare minimum, so it was really getting to me. So we went to TNA and we said, "Yo, we need to make more money. We're working way too hard." They try to work out this weird deal with us. We were stuck in a negotiation phase with them. Right. Let's just say that. And then fast forward, WWE is interested in us, right? They were interested in us. We were supposed to do something for Evolve Wrestling, which is under the umbrella of WWE. They kind of still are at the moment, but they were almost right below NXT. They were almost a feeder system to get people on NXT to eventually. There's people that were involved that are now on the main roster in WWE. Austin Theory being one of them. He was big and involved, and that's where he made his name and made it to WWE. So we were told, hey, go do Evolve. And back then, we weren't booked for TNA. So we said, yeah, we'll take the Evolve booking. Obviously, it'll get our foot in the door for WWE. That's what we're thinking at the time.
Wait, you wasn't booked for TNA?
No. We just wasn't booked that weekend or something. I can't remember what it was.
But Evolve wasn't WWE.
No, it wasn't WWE, okay. But they work on the WWE umbrella.
Right.
So once TNA found out that we were going to do Evolve, they were like, whoa, what are you doing, right? So they made us pull off the show. But what they did was they got us extra money to make up for making us pull off the show, because obviously they're messing with our money.
Right.
And we're independent contractors at the end of the day.
Right.
So we really, if we wanted to, we could do it, but then we would, again, TNA treated us so well. Why would we shit on them like that?
Right.
So we didn't end up doing the show. So then fast forward, the first Jericho Cruise happens. They bring in TNA
Shout
talented.
out my boy Jericho, baby.
Chris, in a circle, baby. The first Jericho Cruise. So they brought in Impact talent to wrestle Ring of Honor talent.
Oh shit!
Right, and the men at Ring of Honor were the Young Bucks, Cody, Kenny,
hold on. So
Adam.
Jericho was doing the cruise before.
Yeah, before AEW was a thing. Yes.
Dope.
He started it the first year. Ring of Honor and the Bucks, Kenny and Cody were all at Ring of Honor at the time.
Okay, that's fine.
And then we came over as Impact guys, and we kind of did some matches where we did Impact versus Ring of Honor. Impact guys wrestle Impact guys. We did a mixture of matches each day or whatever it was. So then we wrestled the Young Bucks, and I always call it our job interview. Right? It was pretty much our job interview. Immediately, amazing chemistry with them. We have a great match with them. We mesh with them immediately. And then shortly after that, Cody goes, when are your contracts up? Right? Because obviously they knew back then AEW was going to be a thing.
Right,
but
right.
it was on the hush-hush, whatever. He didn't divulge information, but he said, hey, when your contract coming up? He goes, okay. He said, hit me up when they're done.
Right.
We got you.
That's
I can't tell you, but we got you. We got something working. So, of course, a couple of months passed by. Now, the internet, the world, the wrestling world knows AEW is going to be a thing, right? They do their first show before they became AEW. They had a pay-per-view, basically. They did the event in Chicago.
Isn't that like what got AEW to be AEW?
Yes,
like
yes.
That pay-per-view?
That was the pilot show.
Right.
If it didn't work, then who knows what would happen, right? But they sold out, they drew, and so All In was the first ever show before AEW. No? So they were wrestling for Ring of Honor. They did a big show at Madison Square Garden while they were still there, right? They were in Ring of Honor in New Japan, so they were jumping back and forth.
Okay.
So they all left Ring of Honor at the same time when AEW, they did that first pay-per-view, which was the pilot show, and then we got TV, and then it steamrolled from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, what was that point where you knew you was getting signed to?
Yes, I got off topic. That's all good. So the wrestling world knew AEW was going to be a thing, right? And it was open. WWE was interested in us. AEW was interested in us, right? Impact at the time. Now that we had both offers, we definitely had more leverage when it came to negotiating with Impact, obviously.
Right.
But honestly, at that point in time, we kind of outgrew the company. What else were we going to do? Be champions again? We won it 4 times. We did so many feuds other than us breaking up. And at the time, we weren't going to break up. Maybe we could have found something. We were maybe thinking of maybe just doing one more year. But then having AEW and WWE offering us amazing money, amazing, obviously, in their bigger companies, right? And then ultimately, obviously, we picked AEW.
Right.
But so we were going back and forth, and then, we found out we were going to be with Jericho in the Inner Circle, and of course, of course.
It's a given, right?
Yeah. And was it the right choice? I believe so at the time, because the journey I went through there, my ups and downs through there, I love who I am right now. Right. So I don't know if I would have been that same person if I went to WWE. I don't know if I would have had this same mindset or this newfound mental strength that I have now.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not shitting on them. It's
no, not at all.
It's just that this path was the path you felt you needed to
100%,
which made you who you were.
100%. Yeah. So I don't regret it in the least. And I for all intents and purposes, even through the ups and downs, I love working at AEW. I get to work with my friends. I get to chill. You seen it firsthand. It's a cool work environment.
I love working at AEW.
Yeah.
It's the best job I've ever had, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I toured the world doing being in the military, and if you ever watch the movie Top Gun, that's what I do. I'm the guy that launches the motherfucking planes and shit.
He does breakdancing.
and although the military was a blessing to me because I was able to protect people and keep people safe, AEW is the best job I ever had in my life, and I appreciate you for that.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like I said earlier, you are the reason that I'm in AEW. You and of course Sam for keeping me, but you made that introduction, and it's just like, boom, I went to the military. I got you to go to the military.
Yeah.
You went professional wrestling. Now you got me in
professional wrestling.
professional
In a
wrestling,
way,
dog.
yeah.
And all this shit I talked about professional wrestling. All this shit I talked about wrestling. I have nothing but respect and love for this fucking sport now.
Sure.
All right. Because
you're seeing it from a different view.
You're
seeing it from a different view.
And I argue with people every fucking day. I'm like, no, wrestling is this, wrestling that. I said, okay, jump off the fucking roof and land softly. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like pick somebody up and throw them down and make them land softly.
Or show them Ricochet and Will Ospreay and do that. They do that for me. It's easy. Go ahead, do that.
Get a staple gun to your fucking cheek and see if it's fake.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? No, it was AI.
Sure, yeah.
Now I argue with people all the time, but I have nothing but respect for what you do.
You see it from a different lens,
That's
and
right.
you get to see behind the curtain. You get to see how hard everyone works, and also the bad side of what we do when we get hurt and we get jacked up. Like,
And sometimes shit got to get twisted around, man, and you may have 20 minutes to put a match together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why nature of the beast.
And that's why I gain respect, man. Like, damn, you really did all this. You really put all this together in 20 minutes, and it came out that good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, boom. So now you in AEW, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God, because that's a blessing for you, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, you and your family. After that, we went from being failures to now owning houses and shit, huh?
Sure. Yeah. Homeowners.
Yeah, we
pay our
homeowners.
taxes.
Yeah, kids.
We got LLCs.
Yeah, come on, somebody.
Yeah.
I got a few LLCs, by the way.
Sure.
But, you know, hey.
Finally became an adult.
That's
right. It
right.
only took me 30 plus years.
Hey, it don't matter.
Sure.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, you had to go through these steps to be who you are and appreciate it so that you can even take it to the next level.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And pass it on. That's the beauty of mental foreplay. Come on, somebody.
You see that? You saw how you did that? But I think about that all the time as a father.
Yeah.
I want to be the example. As a leader, for me, a great trait for a leader or a figure or someone to inspire to be, you need to lead by example.
That's right.
I don't want to be a hypocrite and tell my son this, and that, and I'm not putting in the work. I'm not trying to be better myself or staying disciplined or doing this and doing that. I was never taught health and food. You know, I came up eating very unhealthy because there was no nutrition in my
Puerto
household.
Rican household, baby.
Yeah. It's and also processed junk food and all the time. We can eat as much as we want. And because I grew up fortunate and because my dad he didn't really spoil me with emotions. Now it's different. Now he says I love you, which is weird.
That's crazy. Hey, my father tell me he love me too. That's crazy.
Y'all don't understand how crazy that is. But
barely, but he tell me he love me.
Hey, but the fact that he did it. But his way, because he grew up so poor and he grew up so rough, having to share everything, being on food stamps, really growing up gritty in the Bronx, in the South Bronx.
Generational poverty, man.
Yeah, so he got a good job and he took care of us, and he felt his way to show us that he cared was by buying us stuff, monetary value. And obviously I know now that was a disservice to me because I became entitled and spoiled.
Spoiled ass brat.
Yeah, 100%.
And I took advantage of that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I hate who I was back then, right? Yeah. But honestly, obviously, right? But now where I'm at and I'm taking note and I'm being in the moment and more self-aware and more present, now I would never allow those things to happen. And I would never do that to my son.
Right.
Yeah. And I want to be the example for him. Exactly. I want whatever he decides to do, I will be all about it. As long as he has a plan and he will be in an amazing shape.
Right.
Just for health reasons.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be an athlete. Mm-hmm. But you're gonna take care of yourself and live the longest life that you can live. Yeah. Plus, I want grandkids.
Or at minimum, have the education to do that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because obviously, once they get older, you can't force them to do shit.
Yeah.
But at least give them the education and guidance and lead by example.
100%.
Because you are most definitely in the best shape I ever seen in my life.
1,000,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the best shape of my life.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm so proud of you for that. Because once again, I used to talk mad shit to you.
Legit.
About being a goddamn little fat little slob.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm sorry. I'm not fat shaming now, but I was back then.
100%.
Okay?
Yeah. But honestly, I respond to that. That doesn't make me shut down. Yeah. Other people I know it shuts them down, right? Everybody's different.
Exactly.
I need the rude awakening of saying, yo, you're fucking fat.
The reality,
what are you doing?
yeah,
I
like,
need harsh reality. And that's what's made me change, is harsh reality. But it was also learning how to be harsh with myself, but not letting it make me go, oh, woe is me, and be a victim and have a victim mentality. No, be harsh with myself, but now what are we doing about it?
Yeah.
You're just going to fucking keep sitting there and not do anything about it?
Exactly.
And then,
And then
trust me, I argue with my inner bitch all the time.
Yeah. Hey, me too, man.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm still arguing with that motherfucker now.
Yeah. Every day.
Every fucking day. It ain't easy, but nothing that's great comes easy, man.
But to each his own. Everybody's different. Not everyone responds to that well.
Right. And I need to learn that, because I don't know how to goddamn watch my mouth. Like, I just say what I think and what I feel. And, you know,
it's emotional empathy. You need to have empathy for certain people. You need to be able to put yourself in their shoes. And as long as you can understand them, then you can see their point of view.
Right.
Instead of being judgmental. And that's hard. We're human. We're going to have emotional reactions. There's certain things in my head that I would never say out loud. But I will reflect on it and say, oh, maybe that was fucked up for thinking that way.
Yeah.
Like, damn, why did my mind go there?
So, you know, for me, the crazy shit is that it's just a good excuse to talk shit. Like, I just like to talk shit more than insult. I don't want to insult no one. No, I just want to talk shit. And sometimes, like, you know, you got dark humor, you got different type of humor. And I like to use different. I just love to make people laugh. I love, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's just talking shit.
Yeah.
I don't talk shit to insult no one. I talk shit to make people laugh.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's the same as when a comedian roast people in the crowd.
Right.
They're just doing it for fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're fucking with them and you might be talking about something, but it's all for jokes and laughs. Yeah.
So boom. So you join AEW. Now let me ask you. I'm there. I see behind the scenes. I see the brotherhood. I see, you know, I see the ins and outs of shit that y'all probably won't get from me until I retire. You know, but do you have someone there that you consider like your brother, like your guy?
Oh yeah, Eddie Kingston.
Of course.
Easy.
That's
Eddie Kingston.
That's my motherfucking guy.
We just organically, and then we have a lot of the same interest.
Yeah.
So I understand him and he understands me, right? And it's yin and yang with us, right? And I think that's why we gravitated towards each other, because I'm very understanding in general with everybody. I like to think that I have that emotional empathy, and I'm an empathetic person. But yeah, it was just a natural thing. It wasn't forced. We just naturally started gravitating towards each other because we laugh at the same things.
Yeah.
We have the same hobbies. We play the same video games. We enjoy the same wrestling. We watch anime, everything. We watch a lot of the same stuff. So yeah, I mean, it just over the years, and then we've worked with each other through different companies and on the independents. So
that's fine.
Naturally, when you're grinding with people, you bond with everybody. There's so many people that I've bond with, but for sure, in AEW specifically, definitely Eddie. Eddie's my man. There's other people that are my homies. Shout out, but
yeah, but he's the one guy, and it's okay, and you know, I get it. Shit, shout out to Eddie Kingston, man. I'm glad he's back. And if y'all want to see him on Mental Foreplay, man, y'all tag that motherfucker and tell him get on Mental Foreplay.
Yeah, tag him. Oh, but you can't tag him. He be having the shit private.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, his Instagram is private. You can't tag him, but
just
whatever.
go on random posts and just be like,
yeah.
Just be like, go on Mental Foreplay.
There you go. Yeah,
there you go. Any random post, just say go on Mental Foreplay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get him on the show, y'all. And then y'all let me know what y'all want me to ask him and shit.
Yeah, word.
Have you ever had to fake confidence when you were really breaking inside?
Yes. Yes. So while I was injured, I really considered quitting professional wrestling. I was going through a low moment. No confidence, zero confidence in myself, especially with how infrequently I was wrestling before I got injured. I just didn't feel the confidence that I felt when I'm constantly wrestling. You know, I'm honing my craft. I'm working on the little things. It was frustrating to me at the time because I felt that I was being set up to fail, right? But that was my mentality. I now know that it wasn't. It's what I was doing, how I was reacting to what was being thrown at me. I could have reacted differently. And I'm reacting differently now, and I'm in a great mental place. But when I was injured, especially because I can't work out, I didn't have an outlet. I had to sit on my ass and not move. And then during my injury, I had went to Japan. Thank you, wifey, for letting me go. But I've always wanted to do it. I had the means. I saved money to do it. I love Japan because Japanese wrestling, I was telling you this off the air, Japanese wrestling is what made me want to be a pro wrestler. So just, I've always been enamored with the culture and just traveling in general. And that's always been one of the top places on my bucket list. So when I was out there for the 30 days, I kind of went out there to find myself. As funny as it sounds, just because I didn't know what I was doing. And then I remember having a low moment while I was out there, and I trauma dumped my homies out there. And they don't really know. They're not from the wrestling world, but I was drinking and I was just feeling low. And I was just, oh man, I might quit. I don't know, right? And I had that low moment. And I came back from Japan, and I just faked it. I just kind of I kept going. Even though I really... In my mind, I've given up, really.
Right.
But discipline, especially with how much work I did up to that point, to throw it all away for what? You know what I mean? I eventually got out of that hole and found, again, it all stems from when I was in the Navy. Every time I don't have a purpose, I just shut down. And I get depressed. And I felt I didn't have a purpose at that time. So I had to create a purpose. And now I created a purpose, and now I'm happy.
Look at God.
Yeah.
If your success cost you your peace, would you still take the deal?
That's a really good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah, that was a really good question. Yes. I would give up my peace for success.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a great answer because you have a family.
Yeah.
You have kids.
Mm-hmm.
You have a kid, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have a wife. You have, you know what I'm saying? You got a family.
I think that's your duty as a man. Sometimes you just, who cares about your peace?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the sacrifice we take.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. What's one rumor about you that you secretly think helped your brand?
People thinking I'm complacent. The internet thinking I'm complacent and I'm okay with sitting at catering and collecting money. I'm a big David Goggins person. I don't know if you know who David Goggins is.
Well, how did it help your brand?
I'll explain.
Okay.
I'm a big David Goggins guy, and he uses negative stuff that he sees on the internet as fuel to fuel him. When he doesn't want to do something, he thinks about. He has a mixtape with haters, them saying shit. He'll read out tweets and he records it and listens to it while he's on a run.
Damn,
so he gets tight, right? And he uses that energy for something positive.
You turn a negative into positive.
So because motivation. I was getting the negativity, and I'm human, bro. Yeah. I like to think I don't read the comments or whatever, but every now and then you see a comment, you're tagged on something, and someone says something, and it's one person, who knows, with fucking 5 followers, but it gets to you because if you're feeling that insecurity, it's someone going, ooh, look at it right there. So that gives me fuel to work hard when I don't want to work hard, right? And now I am on this journey to lead by example. I'm opening up a wrestling school. I'm doing this. I want to show people instead of saying it. Okay. That's fine. Think that way about me. Thank you.
You want your actions to speak for yourself.
Exactly. That's fine. If you want to believe that about me without even asking me, then you're telling me exactly who you are as a human being. I appreciate that. But I love it too when I'm not motivated. I'm not motivated every day to go and run.
Who the fuck is motivated every day,
to go lift. And some days I just want to sit down, eat ice cream and sit on my ass and not do anything and play video games, bro.
Right. I know, but I'm pretty sure that people want to know, where have you been? Are you fired from AEW?
No, I'm doing coaching and producing now.
Ooh, come on, somebody.
For the last couple of weeks. Yeah. I've been helping put together matches, and honestly, I'm having a really good time doing it because now it's making me more analytical when I think about putting together matches. So selfishly, it's helping me, but it's also giving me a new thing to learn. And honestly, I think that's a part of why I'm in such a good mental space. Because work for me, now I have purpose and I'm doing something well, something that I enjoy, not something well, something that I enjoy. But I mean, I'm clear to wrestle. I'm wrestling on the independents. Whether or not I get back on television, that's not up to me, and that's okay. I'm just using it as you're giving me more time to get in better shape, man. After I do this marathon, I'm doing a marathon, half marathon in 2 weeks. After I do that, I'm going to start dedicating more time to strength training. So when I do pop back on TV, I got some bolder shoulders. You know,
okay. I want to take your shirt off and shit. You know, I ain't used to you taking your shirt off.
I know. I'm not used to taking my shirt off, bro.
Yeah, the first time I saw you take your shirt off, you had a match. You ain't take it off. Somebody ripped your tank top
100%.
off.
Yeah,
but I love that you was ready for it, though.
Yeah, body dysmorphia, bro. Yeah, through and through. Yeah.
All right, so hey, you know what, man? So I be reading the comments as well, and I see people talking shit like, you know, Ortiz not in AEW no more, and blah blah blah, and I just be laughing. Or people that know you're my cousin, they'll ask me, you know, where's Ortiz, and I'll be like, man, I don't know, dog.
Well, I'm happy they're asking about me. Thank you, thank you for asking about me.
A lot of people ask about you all the time.
I appreciate you. Anyone that's asked about me, I appreciate you. Thank you for not forgetting me.
Most definitely, man. But you know, just me. You know, like I said, you know, certain things I won't talk about until maybe I retire and shit. But you know, especially like behind the scenes shit.
Sure.
But you know, when it comes to like me being backstage and I'm back there protecting the boss man, make sure he's good, and then just seeing you next to him doing matches and shit. It's just like it's a proud moment for me as well. You know what I'm saying? That's why I take little pictures and send it to you.
Yeah.
So I
appreciate that picture you sent to me. Yeah. That's
most definitely, man. Of course, you know, it's not nothing I would post just because, you know, it's not y'all business until it's y'all business.
No, that's not y'all. Yeah. That's for me and you.
That's
right. Okay, we can have our own thing.
Yeah. You know, I just want to bring up the elephant in the room. The whole process, you know, your whole process through your career. You was talking about, you know, when you met up with Santana, and you know, y'all journey from Impact to from the Indies to Impact to AEW. You know what I'm saying? And now you guys went y'all separate ways or whatever. And you know, I still talk to Santana, and obviously, you know, you my cousin, and I mean, obviously, nothing ever got physical or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, when we wrestled a little bit.
Well, of course. You know, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But nothing crazy.
But my question to you is, how do you feel about the situation, if you're comfortable talking about it? And the details is up to you.
Sure.
Just how you feel about the situation?
Trying to see how to put this. So with the mindset that I have now, I can look back is the best thing that ever happened to me. I honestly, for my peace, right? For my own personal growth. Because again, going back to what I said earlier, it gave me something to prove. You put me in a situation that I didn't want to be put in. No, I never wanted to break up the tag team. I love tag team wrestling. I miss tag team wrestling. It's just, we grew into two different people. He was going through his own problems, his own demons that he's been open about. But I felt when people are going through that, they tend to take it out on the people closest to them, right?
Unfortunately.
Everyone has that experience in life, right? And I've had that multiple times in life, right? So I was just tired of being on the receiving end of that. I didn't want to try anymore, right? Any issues that we will have, any relationship, there has to be communication. He completely stopped communicating with me. Throughout our career, there was moments where that happened, but I was always be the adult and always try to repair the relationship and always be the one, we need to talk about this, we need to iron this out, right? But I eventually got to the point where I said, you know what? I'm done. I have a family to worry about. Not that I didn't want to do it with him. I did want to do it with him. But he wanted to go another path. He didn't want to be in the company anymore. I did. So that was the two paths, right?
Right.
And he decided to do things the way he decided to do. Do I agree with it? No. The only reason why I'm not going into detail, I'll be candid about this, is because I don't want it to become a he says, she says type situation, because then now it's going to be divided in the court of public opinion. You know how people are on the internet.
Know how the
they're
internet is.
They're so toxic. So that's between me and him at the end of the day. We just went on two separate paths. Unfortunately, I believe we could have been one of the best tag teams in the world. I truly believe it. We had insane chemistry when we were on. When we were on, I felt untouchable, man.
I hear it all the time, man.
Untouchable. And I've had fans come up to me at indie shows that I've done recently, always saying, I love you two together. I love it. Man, me too. I felt like a junkie trying to get that fix. I wanted to get back to that feeling when we were in sync and on mesh, because I felt it's the best drug in the world. I don't know how to explain it. As a performer, best drug in the world. When we're in sync and we're moving and we're doing all this cool stuff and the crowd erupts, oh my God. Give me that all day. So yeah, it just, we grew apart. We wanted different things, and I didn't like who he was as a person anymore. So I stopped trying to repair the relationship. Okay. And honestly, he forced me into a situation that I didn't want to go in. But because of that, I came out the other end better. So honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I appreciate you putting this out there the way you do, and not make it, messy. And
that's not who I am. You know that.
I know that.
That's not who I am.
I know you're not confrontational.
Trust me.
I know you're not that person.
I could go off all day. I could look in this camera and go to town on the man. But that's what does that get? What does that get? You know who that protects? My ego.
Right.
And that's cool. And I'm in a good place. I'm good. That's fine. My ego's fine.
Nothing to prove to no one.
Exactly.
And because of that, and because of me knowing who you are, I don't like the fact that when no one knew what happened and everybody was just assuming, people felt the need to go on a podcast and talk about y'all business before y'all talked about y'all business.
Shine the light on it.
Yes. I don't think it's fair to y'all. I don't think it to neither one of y'all. I think that it is up to you guys to talk about that. And me as your cousin, I felt overprotected, and I just didn't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Put a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm like, damn, you could have let that, let them talk about that shit if they want to talk about it.
Sure. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
which is why I don't talk about it really now. You're the first person that I've actually even really addressed it.
Right.
On another podcast that I did with Johnny Pro, shout out to Johnny. He's a dope dude. He has a really dope setup.
Hit me up, man. Teach me some stuff.
Yeah, he can teach you some stuff. He's a great interviewer too, bro. Yeah. He had asked me about his success, and I was okay with him asking that person that question, and I was just honest. We needed each other at the time, and it's cool because I stated earlier, WWE was interested in us, so I found it very awesome that, oh wow, we didn't burn that bridge. Right. That the fact that he's even working and doing NXT, I think that's awesome. Right. Because sometimes you kind of get nervous that I make the right business decision, that I jeopardize any chance of me ever wrestling in WWE, and then obviously that's the answer to the question. They're obviously giving him an opportunity, which is awesome. Right. So we didn't burn our bridge, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Well, that's good. Well,
but that's the only thing I've said about him. So you got the exclusive right here.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna chill.
I wish both of y'all success, man. And in your own path. This might be the first time that you had beef with somebody, and I'm not like, man, fuck him. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, yes.
So I got love for Santana story too. If I'm not like, man, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done seen him at a few. I done seen him at a few shows, and we show each other love.
I don't feel any ill will towards them. Right. I mean, I get mad about stuff. I'm not gonna say that. I won't say I don't feel any ill will towards him, but I don't wish bad upon him. Right. He has a daughter. He has a family. He's getting what he wants. Right. All right. If that's his path, who am I to judge that? Right. I just don't enjoy the way he went about it.
Exactly.
That's all.
And that's the only thing I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that the way he went about it made you feel the way you feel.
Yes.
I've always been overprotective about you, and I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I wish both of y'all success.
Yeah.
I appreciate your professionalism when it comes to the business. And I appreciate you for the life that I have now.
I appreciate
Thank
you, bro.
man. Because of you, man,
Yeah.
I can afford whatever the fuck I want. You know what
But
I'm saying?
you also, how many times have you brought me out my comfort zone and
Most
made me
definitely.
do things and grow?
course.
You know,
Of course.
that extrovert side has a lot to do with our early childhood.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
man. And that's why it's important, man, to surround yourself around good people.
Sure.
Good, genuine people that motivate you. If the person you are with or the person you are around do not motivate you to do shit, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you just stay stagnant. You should always have forward progress and never be comfortable.
Sure.
Always stay uncomfortable. Come on, somebody. And I'm out of here.